Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel and welcome to the dark. Why am I in the dark? I don't know. Hold on. All right. So hopefully this is better and you can actually see me now. I'm still working, so it is what's gonna be. So here's the thing. So I saw a thumbnail for Funky Dineva about this Real World Homecoming show, and this is season 2. Season 2 apparently just started. It's only 2 episodes. I've just finished the first episode, and so I kind of wanted to touch on, while it's fresh in my mind, what happened. Now, this is the people from Real World Los Angeles coming back to the same house almost 30 years later. Stop being polite and continue. So we have John, who was a baby fresh out of Kentucky, fresh out of high school, Similac still on his breath, baby. We had Miss Tammy Roman, who is my spirit animal and favorite person. There was David, the young black comedian out of DC. There was Dominic and Aaron. Aaron, I feel like maybe now a Trump supporter and a Republican, and maybe that's not why he didn't want to come back. You know what, I'm gonna leave that alone. So Dominic and Aaron, those two decided not to come back. Not to come back at all. There's also Beth A, Beth S, what's the baby with the hair? I remember his name. I'm old. I will remember. So everybody came back except for Dominic and Aaron. Even the people who came in secondly after David, it was excused from the show. And so, some people have kept in touch all these years. Some people have not, but they're going to get back together and redo this Real World thing again. So everybody arrives at the house. Tammy arrives first. I think then Beth, and then John, and then Beth, and then baby girl Irene, who's the sheriff's deputy. All those good things. All of that's lovely. They have a good time. Even when David first arrives, him and Tammy hug. She looks at him and realizes that what I thought I was going to feel when I saw you, I don't feel that way. Now, I vividly remember this season of The Real World. I vividly remember this. I was 17 years old. I was a senior in high school. I very much was the audience that they were appealing to. I very much remember this. So when David sees Tammy for the first time, she's like, she was waiting for it to hit her, and she was good, and they hugged and everything. They chit-chat and blah, blue. All of that is irrelevant. Let's fast forward to what I really want to talk about, because this is just so I watched this, and this is my thoughts. I don't know that I'm going to review the whole season, but we'll see. They show they sit them all down in the living room, and they're going to speak to this immediately. The famous scene where David is pulling Tammy down the hallway trying to get that. So if you are unaware, just go to YouTube and put Real World Los Angeles Tammy versus David, I guess, and it should pop up. Here's how I knew this was going to go left from jump. David came in and he said something that made me realize he thought he was the victim in this situation. He said he don't know if he's going to let Tammy and Beth off the hook. Off the hook for what? For what? You did what you did, and then you suffered the consequences of your actions. Now, Beth trying to tell him, I'm not with that at all. That I'm going to call the police and cry rape. No, ma'am. Because once again, as a black person, you're never really alone because there's always a white person in your business. And even though I appreciate it in the moment, Beth trying to protect Tammy and keep the blanket on her. And even when the blanket got snatched off of her and she was completely naked, she covered her with her own body. We not doing false accusations. We not calling the police and crying rape. We're not doing any of those things. But I do commend you for trying to help her keep the blanket on and then covering her when the blanket was ripped off and she was completely naked, which is what she told you bastards in the beginning and told y'all not to take the blanket off of her. Now, we're going to add on to the fact that even though no one knew this at the time because she was very guarded, Tammy was going through a lot of mental health issues in regards. Tammy was suffering from bulimia, body dysmorphia. She had eating disorder. I remember her wiring her mouth shut and being like, you know what, I'm going to just be fat. Because you can't eat nothing, baby. Like, ooh. And it boggled my mind because I never understood at that time as a 17-year-old, I did not understand why she felt she needed to do that, because as a person who has always been plus size and had a bigger body, she was my body goals. I would have killed to look like Tammy at that time. Hell, I'd kill to look like, okay, we're not even gonna. But that is a trick of her mind, because she said, no matter what size I am, when I look at myself, I feel like I weigh 300. So even with all of those things going on, even if she didn't have any of those things going on, when she told this young man, stop it, I don't have any clothes on, please don't pull off my blanket, and you proceeded to do just that, there's a lovely little thing called consent. And you didn't have that. So I am just not, I'm not surprised, shocked. I'm not any of those things. That Tammy still holds an art, and you know, she's still traumatized by this. But David acting like something was done to him. So for him, at the big age of 40 something, almost 50 years old, to not have matured enough to see that you are not the victim in this situation, and there's no hook that you need to let anybody off of. People held you accountable for your actions, beloved. Even if you thought it was a joke in the moment, and he keeps saying, but everybody was laughing, and she's telling you, I was laughing because I was uncomfortable and I didn't know what else to do. And you still was like, well, if we was laughing, so everybody was laughing, so it was a joke. It's still funny. No, sir, it wasn't funny then, and it isn't funny now. And the fact that you can't see that is an issue. Like, I guess when I'm like, why have you not had counseling in the last 30 years? Have you not had women in your life talk to you about this in the last 30 years? You've just had people propping you up that like, this is okay. And you never see, like, you don't have a mother, you don't have sisters. Would you want somebody to do this to them? Like, what? And you still at this big age act like you didn't do anything wrong? Like you are the victim? Like, ooh, Jesus. The amount of gaslighting that he tried to do in this first episode, like what? Like Tammy is showing growth, because if it had been me, I'd have came right across that living. Listen, show is over. I'd have came across the show would have been over. You gotta put me out. Listen. Are none of the men in your life hold you? You have no men to hold you accountable in this life. No mentors, no brothers, no nothing, no pastors who've seen this behavior and have talked to you about this to where you haven't changed your mind, that you still thought you didn't do anything wrong and it was just a big joke. That's how the episode ended, with Tammy just being like, this, I can't, like, I don't think I can do this because you do it. I can't. I thought, like, and you just re-traumatizing her all over again. Like, oh my God. Now I'm going to try and watch episode 2 and see if I find something I can give y'all. But Jesus, like, I felt like I had to get this. If you've seen this or have started watching this, please jump down in the comments. Let's talk about it. Did y'all see what I saw? Did y'all feel what I felt? Did y'all want to punch him in the mouth too? I would have punched all them teeth from the side down his esophagus. Listen, I can't. All right, like, comment, and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a kid. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.